likes of Perez, likes of Santi, likes of Bergkamp. You know, those types of players to me are footballers. They might not score a whole lot of goals, but they create. But having said that, I've never seen Aubameyang take on a player the way Henry's taking on a player. Does that make sense? I think the ball needs to be put in front of him.
Henry to me is a better footballer than Aubameyang.
Oh, absolutely, hands down. That's not even
yeah.
bad, I don't think.
Yeah,
But,
and he's a better finisher.
But Aubameyang is brilliant.
But
He is brilliant.
He's a
I'm
goal
just-
scorer.
He's doing what he was bought to do.
Yeah, I think if
Ian Wright was
He-
never a great player,
oh, he
but
scored
he was some goal scorer.
goal scorer.
Aubameyang is not a great player,
Yeah, this is
but
what
he's a great goal scorer.
this is what I'm saying. I mean, for me, I'm more attracted to the football.
Yeah.
The goals mean nothing to me.
Yeah.
Well, like they do mean to me, but for me, I think Lacazette is a better player than Aubameyang, but not a better goal scorer. Two different styles of football.
He's more of a workhorse than Aubameyang.
Yeah, Carzola was special.
He was something special.
And I tell you, I've seen the little small glint now in Danny Ceballos.
I think he's going to be good
He's
this year.
coming on.
Yeah, he's a good player.
The fact that he wanted to come back
Yeah.
shows that he wants to.
He's a good player.
And I think Xhaka has gotten better.
He's become better because of Ceballos beside him.
Yes, because he's able to play more of the role he's suited for, which is anchor midfielder.
Yeah,
the
no,
forward
personally
midfielder.
speaking, I'd rather see the back of Xhaka and get
Eventually,
Parky
yeah.
or something like that. But
I don't
that's
think
not
it'll
going to
happen.
happen.
Right, so when we're on, go on.
No, I was going to say I like the heart that Xhaka shows.
Xhaka has heart, yeah.
He isn't.
Yeah.
You know, he has poor games, like, but
He does show heart.
he does show heart. That that thing against Crystal Palace, that lost him the armband.
Yeah.
That to me showed what meant him.
Yeah.
Frustration.
Hurt him.
Frustration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he came back a better player by that.
He did, yeah.
Yeah,
Came
and he
back
got roasted. I mean, Koscielny, that was a bitter.
That was bitter for me as well. That,
Yeah.
that kind of hurt.
I
a
like
bit
the cross.
because
I have
He
to
showed
say.
no sign of going anywhere, and all of a sudden he
Bang.
refused to go.
Well, you see,
Go
we're
on
better off
forward.
no players like that.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
that.
And
And that's
I
what
think-
wasn't easy.
I never would have thought of him like that.
Well, I think, you see, now that we have Arteta now, I think that things should be better now. And just get rid of like them fellas. Don't want to be there, go.
So let's talk about Arteta then. Let's talk about what were your kind of feelings, right? Remember the first time when Wenger left, everyone was kind of stunned. Half of us were stunned, half of us were relieved. I was relieved, to be honest, at the time. But I loved Wenger. But things just went downhill for him the last couple of seasons, and I think we probably could have given him a better send off. But look, long story short, they brought in Emery. But when I heard names like Arteta being considered at that time, I was like, what we can't have Arteta as the manager. No way. There was no way I was going to accept that. But when Emery came in, we went on a 10 or 11 game streak there.
20 games on
20,
it, I think, didn't we?
yeah, unbeaten, yeah, but
Something
winning.
like that, yeah.
And it looked really well, and then something happened in the change room. Ozil. Something happened with Emery and Ozil, and that's when things went sour. Remember, because he kicked up, wouldn't play, all this kind of shit. There was something wrong with his back. He was a cold. He had a flu this week. There was something wrong with his leg the next week.
Then
That's bollocks. Like.
Emery started losing the dress.
He lost the dressing room.
Yeah.
But Arteta came in
And the perfect example of that was
and
that
changed the
fight.
culture.
That fight against Chelsea.
Absolutely.
And that showed me everything I needed to know that these boys are not playing for the manager anymore. These boys don't care. So when the manager went, I was glad to see the back of Emery.
I was on holidays watching that game.
I was slightly
And I was disgusted.
disgusted. And like you, when I heard Arteta's name being mentioned in the mix, I was like, what the fuck is this all about?
Should we not be going after a well-established manager
Yeah,
at
that's
that time?
at that time.
Yeah.
But then even then, Pat, when I mentioned Ancelotti, I was the first on, I was in rage. I did not want Ancelotti nowhere near my club.
Yeah.
Because he was going to come in for 2 seasons.
2 seasons, I didn't want him over
We're
here.
not a 2-season manager club, lads.
No. And then
And neither are Man
Arteta-
United.
No.
They're long-term
No,
managers.
they're long-term managers. And then Arteta came in, and he was the apprentice to the magician, the Pep Guardiola. And
But now we're starting to see that the magician, was he really the magician?
Well,
or
you
was it
see,
the apprentice who had it all at the
the
start?
thing is that when he came into play, I was like, I don't know. But he's had to convincing me.
After giving you hope, anyway.
He's had to give me hope. He won an FA Cup in 6 months.
Look, lads,
It's the hope that kills us, though.
I'll be honest with you. What's after happening now is a complete psychological kick in the face, because Arsenal were down and out, and we were looking like getting relegated. We were on that. Now you
Well,
might,
the
you
people
might
who were
disagree
talking
with me,
about
right?
it anyway.
The press were all over us. The media, fan base was terrible. Lads were whinging week in, week
Yeah.
out. It was just getting toxic at Arsenal
Yeah.
Football Club. And Arteta came in, and the one thing that I loved straight away was, you see these little clips when he came in and he signed. He went around to the desk. The culture was changing.
Yeah.
That's what was changing in Arsenal, and it's after changing, right? But it's not changed completely yet
No.
until the likes of Kroenke and them
Yeah.
boys are pushed out completely.
He has to be backed. He has to be backed.
But he's definitely got the brains.
I am now convinced. He's had to convince me to stand by him. I want to stand by him. I'm going to see what he can do this year. People forget now. People get carried away. We won the FA Cup with him. Brilliant. We won the Community Shield with him. Brilliant.
But we won against two good teams.
We won against two good teams. But the problem I have is that under Emery, finished 5th in the Premier League. Now, I know Arteta had
Arteta came
6
in
months.
He came in halfway through the season and they were on a
December,
downward
wasn't it?
I
spiral.
know he
Huh?
had, yeah.
December,
He
wasn't
had
it?
5 or
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah, with the players he had.
With the players we had. Well, lads,
We,
is the players good enough?
Absolutely
no,
not.
and actually after the restart, we had a chance to get in top 4 still,
And we blew it.
We did.
and 1 or 2
But injuries-
stupid results.
Yeah.
I know, but when injuries, and I'm not sticking up for the players that we have, but when injuries start happening, and then, you know, you need to think of it this way: it can't just be the same 11 players playing every week.
No.
That doesn't happen anymore.
No.
Because there's too many games being played. There's players that have agreements in their contracts, and the only reason I know this is because when you play FIFA and you're the manager,
Yeah,
yeah, you have to agree to a player
yeah.
who has to get a certain amount of caps in the season,
Yeah.
and people don't want to talk about that. So for all we know,
Yeah.
El Nini's after coming back now and probably has some sort of a clause that he has to play at least or start at
Well,
least
this
20
is the thing,
games.
is it? This
So these are the things you don't understand,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
We brought in Gabriel and he put on a great performance today and we come to
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But for me, I think with Edu and Arteta together, there was a spark after happening. It's too early to, you know, get excited about, but I do think there's change coming. I don't think there's going to be anyone else coming in the transfer window, to be honest. I think there might be a few people going out. January is always a hard kind of window to bring in players, but the COVID thing hasn't helped
No.
financially. And I think that's why the board are a little bit reluctant now to spend money.
Yeah, but then you turn around and you look down the road at Chelsea and they're spending that word pass.
Don't worry about Chelsea, which Chelsea had a ban on their players, so they
Mm.
couldn't buy players for 2 or 3 seasons, wasn't it?
They were banned last year anyway.
So-
2 years, was it?
Yeah.
They were always going to have 50, 60 million each season to buy players.
See, here's the thing I look on it.
At least.
Like,
At least.
I'll be honest with you, you mentioned the fella there now that I want South. I don't want to see Edu. Gone. Gone.
Who?
Edu. Good luck.
Edu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him at the club anymore. I don't think he's doing a job at all. I think Kroenke and them fellas have to come together and they have to decide, like, there's an African man that's wanting to buy the club
That's right, yeah.
and he's prepared to put billions into the club and buy the top players. Why not? If you're not fucking interested, Kroenke, just sell the club.
But I mean, Kroenke, that family, right, they don't just own Arsenal Football
No.
Club, they own American Football Club.
Colorado Rapids.
Yes.
And we're not their number one
No.
source of income. Like,
No.
we're not. We're
Sure.
actually just a small fraction.
Do you ever see Kroenke at a game, huh? Never at a game.
Billionaire, like, I mean,
And
Yes.
his wife is a billionaire.
that's like asking Donald Trump to go and stay in one of his hotels. Like.
Yeah.
Because that's the way the Kroenkes look at Arsenal. It's a business, it's a money
It's
maker.
making money from it, that's
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's it. So we don't have an owner that has the love, the passion,
Like Abramovich.
has for Chelsea.
it. And he's at every game there.
Yeah. But that's what we're looking for.
But what the fans want and what we get now
Are two complete different things.
things.
But
We keep buying the jerseys every year, nothing changes in the board.
no, but that's why I still think that's. I'm going to give it this year back. And if I see that we are not going up or getting anywhere better, then I am going to, next season, then I am starting to say to everybody, don't buy the jerseys. And when, if we're allowed back into the stadium to watch games, just don't fucking go to the games. Just boycott the whole walk.
And
Because-
Liverpool done that a few years ago. Do you remember with the prices of
Well,
tickets?
that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
Because something has to happen.
Yeah.
Now, as I say, let's give them a chance this season. Let's see what to do as a club. But I don't know. Are you confident about this season? That's the question. Like,
Right.
where do you think we finish? That's a good question.
I think
people are throwing around top 4, and
I think top six.
I'd love to finish top 4, like, but Chelsea are after spending. They're after bringing in a lot of great players. City are going to be stronger. Liverpool are going to be there again. They're going to want to win it. Like United are improving. They finished the season well. Like I know we did as well, but my heart says top 4, but my head says
top 6.
Top 6 probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to you that we'd be lucky. I want to stick my head in the line here. I want to say, lucky they're up in top, yes. Lucky.
Right, I'm going to tell you now. I think we're going to finish third.
Oh, right.
I think third.
Oh,
Bite your hand off her.
I just.
Hopefully.
The only way is up for us now.
I hope you're right.
Because
we're on
we
to
had a
something.
hard FA Cup semi-final and a hard FA Cup final.
Yeah.
And then Charlie Shield it's silverware.
Yeah. Of course it is.
And it was 2 wins against a team that could not be beaten this season or last season. And I don't even know who won the Leeds and Liverpool match.
Liverpool won 4-3.
But that's the reason why they're
champions,
right?
Exactly.
It don't matter if you win by 1 goal or 10 goals. Once you win a game,
You have to
that's
win.
it.
You have to get the 3 points.
Yeah.
Like people there today, I know were saying that Arsenal says Arsenal. Let's remember, this is Fulham we're playing against.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, we have to beat what's in front of us. I hope this works out for Arteta. I really do, because he looks the part. He looks the business.
Fancy him.
The way, yeah, I fancy him.
Charlie's hair anyway.
He looks
He's
the
like
part.
a Ken doll, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he's walking around there, and you see him. He's speaking in different languages to different people, and he's full of passion on the touchline. That's what I love seeing,
Yes, I agree.
and that's what I want to see. From
Players
my
need
manager.
to see that. Lads.
I don't want to see my manager sitting on a fucking chair with his arms folded, like Wenger did for the last 4 years of his managerial career at Arsenal, playing with his elastic band. I don't want that bullshit. I want a manager on the touchline, giving directions, getting on the players. That's what his job is. That's what I want to see. And if it don't start from him, but how is it going to go down through the squad of players then? It has to start from Arteta. I saw an ad there the other day on YouTube there, and he was saying about family. I tells the players that we're a family. But let's do this then. Let's kick off this season. We're after getting our first win. We're a family. Let's all pull together and push forward.
Who do you think, apart from Aubameyang, right, for this season, is the most key player at Arsenal? I'm going to say David Luiz, and I have my reasons.
It's going to be a big season for Pepe, I think.
I think
And
so
it
as
could
well.
make or break his career.
I think so as well. I agree with
So-
that. With William.
Willian,
And Saka.
yeah. But you see, Willian started today in his spot,
Yeah.
which might could have hurt him, but it's good. He needs competition, I think.
While
Pepe needs the competition. And I think this could be a big season for him.
I
In
think
terms of importance now, midfield.
I think he's a 20-minute player.
If we can get Partey in, he would be an important player.
to be quite honest with
But I
you,
don't see it.
I'm going to call him Pepe at the 72 million Theo Walcott, except Theo Walcott is better. And that is quite bad, because Walcott was useless. How that man scored 100 goals for Arsenal Football Club, I do not know.
Because he had good players around him.
Big to the Lord, for this Pepe, why is this Pepe, what does he actually do on the
He's
pitch?
good on YouTube.
That's about it. Little clips,
Yes.
because I've yet to see anything good about him. Now I know he's had to score a couple of wonder goals, but Jesus Christ, he runs himself around the circle, like, you know.
Yeah, I think he's kind of like Sanchez.
Yes.
You know,
Is he going to make it? I don't
is
think
he in
I
control of
think
the
he
ball, or does he chase the ball? For me, he chases the ball.
It's
He's
just
another rare parlour.
Para's even a better player.
That's the bit of Brian.
The white Pele.
I think
Romford Pele.
Or the Romford Pele.
I think when you look at the signings now that we have, right, I think Martinelli is going to be
Massive when
Massive.
he comes back.
when he
Really
comes back,
hard,
right?
But to me, like you said, David Luiz, you asked the question, who's the big, who will,
Yeah.
to me, I think the two most important players this season for us, leaving Aubameyang